It turns out Marcus Maye's days with the Saints are officially numbered. Let's talk about that right here on the Straight Up Saints podcast.
You're listening to the Straight Up Saints podcast.
What is up, Houdat Nation? Chris Voglu here of the Straight Up Saints podcast, brought to you by Scott Fickner, injury lawyers. You've injured in any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, or hurt offshore. Scott Fickner handles all. You give him a call at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. They'll always fight for the win. So it was late this Thursday night. It gets reported by Bleacher Report that Marcus Maye is going to be cut by the New Orleans Saints at the start of the new league year, which begins in March. So Marcus Maye's time with the Saints is over. It was 2 seasons, 17 games played in those 2 seasons. They brought him in as one of those safeties after losing Marcus Williams. And at the time, I thought it was a fine signing. I thought Marcus Maye showed some really good football during his time with the Jets. Unfortunately, injuries were a problem. Off-the-field issues were a problem. And overall, his play just wasn't great. It wasn't terrible at all, but his play just wasn't great enough for the Saints to warrant A, the high price tag, B, withstanding all the injuries, and C, the age, right? He's in his 30s now. And when you're on that side and you're also banged up, it's okay to move on. So Saints moving on from Marcus Maye. The interesting thing is going to be, what do they do with the cap? Because if they make him a post-June 1st designation, that is going to save $7.2 million in cap space. If they just make it a standard cut, that will be $1.19 million in cap space. Now, in my opinion, I think you make him a post-June 1st release, and the reason I say that is you're going to get your draft class in April, late April, and usually it takes a good chunk of change to pay all those draft picks, and most of those picks can get paid right there from the Marcus Maye money that you would free up if you make him a post-June 1st designation, because we already know it takes a while to sign your rookies. So we'll see what happens, but I think that's the easy thing for the Saints to do, and that makes more sense. But we'll see what route. Either way, though, they're getting rid of Marcus Maye, and that opens the door for us to discuss what do they do at safety now that he's no longer in the picture.
Looking for a super offer for Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BOOT. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code BOOT. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
I think the first option you're looking for the Saints has to be former rookie safety Jordan Howden. And Howden is a guy that came out of Minnesota with a ton of reps, and the Saints love that about him. And there were moments where he flashed as a rookie and made really good plays, and the Saints felt good about where he was standing. And there are moments where, look, it is hard playing DB in this NFL, especially when you're a young player. So you had the ups and downs that you get with every rookie player, but the pressure is on him. And I think that is a fact because A, the Saints feel highly about him, but B, they're not going to be able, in my opinion, with the needs they have at O-line and D-line, to be big players in the safety market during free agency. So even if you were to draft a guy, right, Howden, in terms of experience, will have a little bit of an edge over that guy you bring in. So I'm fascinated to see what route the Saints go, but my eyes go to Jordan Howden. Of course, you're going to look at the draft, and I think that was a need beforehand, hence why I did an interview earlier this week with Mark Perry of TCU, who, I don't know, maybe that's a guy the Saints consider. Obviously, I'd love to see them reunite the Minnesota safeties, but that means you'd have to use a second-round pick if that's the case. So we'll see how this all breaks down. But my first thing would be look at Jordan Howden. How does he develop? If he develops well, first off, that makes the 2023 class look even better. And second, you also get to use your resources elsewhere. But B, if you're not sure Howden's the answer, you may have to take a pick at safety. And I'm okay with that. I like when the Saints bring in young safeties. I think of how good Marcus Williams played for them, how well Von Bell looked at times. So even Malcolm Jenkins going way back, I'm okay with them doing that. They've had success in that route before, but we have to see. I said they have to get younger, though. They do that by getting rid of Marcus Maye, as long as they use some of their draft picks and draft capital on a safety. We just don't know what round yet, but it's going to be interesting. Safety, in my opinion, was always going to be a need. Now it is with 1,000% a need for the Saints, and I can't wait to see how they attack it this offseason. But let me know in the comment section below. What do you think? Are you a little surprised they released Marcus Maye? Do you think it's a good move, right move, wrong move? Let me know, and I'll get back to you. But that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Straight Up Saints podcast, the destination for the Who Dat